My daughter was 6 years old, and she was retained while I was working full time from 3 to 11 at night. She was held back, and I was told in May, that her comprehension level was 0 and that she was going to be retained because she couldn't read. We had a really good year the previous year with her teacher, Miss Skepa. I thought we were on the right road, and I was in shock, and my daughter became very depressed at being held back. So I quit my job, and I decided that I was going to teach my daughter full time. I thought it was going to be a task, and with the help of Leapfrog, I bought a tag pen for $150, and within 3 weeks my daughter was reading. I wouldn't say 100%, but she was reading very well. At this point, she's in chapter books, but she's doing really good. The struggle started when I decided that I wanted to remove her from one particular school that wasn't doing very well. The first thing is I had no idea that schools had different levels where, you're a level 4 or, I didn't know. I just thought all schools were public schools, or all schools are the same and they're all good, so I just put her in the school. And once she was held back, that's when I started researching, and I found out that the school that she was in general, most of the students were behind. So I went forward in moving her to a better school, and I thought that was going to be a simple task, but it was monumental. It took a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of real tears, and some serious stress. And at the end of the day, with a lot of help and work, I was able to move her to a really wonderful school in Brighton called the Winship School, where she had a teacher, Miss Sparrow, who is she's an amazing teacher. She recognized that my daughter was not slow, but indeed that my daughter was the exact opposite. She was brilliant, and that she needed to be fed constantly. And that was the issue with my daughter. She needs to constantly learn. And the teacher saw that in her and ran with it. She went from all 1s, which would be basically Fs in the previous school, to 3s in the first semester at her new school. And from the first semester, the third quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter were all 4s. And I was told by an educator from Harvard University that many 4s is almost impossible for a first grader. So the difference was so great from one teacher to another teacher. It just became really important for me to help my friends, family members, co-workers, just people that I meet actually sometimes at bus stops, to let them know I've done it, to let them know that it's really important to advocate for your child. I just didn't feel supported enough until I joined Stand for Children. That's when I felt the real support. I felt like somebody understood what I was talking about. It was just a mom talking about what she's going through, and then they kind of put the science and the statistics and the knowledge and the information behind the things that I was already feeling. And like I had said before many times, my concern after I moved my daughter to a great school where she was getting a great education, that someone else's child was going to be placed in that seat, and there was going to be another parent that was going to be dealing with their child struggling. A child that's not getting a proper education is going to affect the community on some level, and the ones that are getting great educations are going to affect the community in great ways.